Hi, it's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. I have a new journal I wanted to show you. It has been completed recently and I have posted it in the Etsy shop. It is quite different than maybe what I normally do as far as the subject or the theme. And this one is titled Her Majesty's Tower. And it doesn't really need a closure, but I did include one in case whoever buys it might fill it up a little bit more and need something to close it with. So it is 3 very thick signatures, and the size, let me see if I have it right up here somewhere. Maybe I don't, and I don't have a ruler. Lately I'm not measuring it, but it is about, I would say, about maybe 5.5 by 8.5. So it is a good chunky journal, 2 inches across here, and I did leave the original spine, but I reinforced it from the inside. So it has this beautiful illustration here of Her Majesty's Tower. And I put this beautiful lace on it on the bottom just to give it a little more color because it is just a black illustration on this beautiful brown or beigeish background. And then over here, excuse me, over here it does have a slight crease, as you can see, but it doesn't really affect the journal in any way. So I did put an eyelet there and added a tassel, which you can see is filled with vintage beads and different laces and ribbons. And this is the back. It is vintage. It is from the early, I think it's 1901, 1900s, the book that was published, but it's still very sturdy as far as the book board itself is very sturdy. And then inside, we also have some more beads, and we have laces draping out, and here as well on the bottom, and on the top we have some things. Oh, here's my write-up. Let's see. It is 5 by 8 with a 2-inch spine, 3 signatures, and 168 pages. So the theme, as you can guess, I suppose, is Her Majesty. So Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. And that is what I chose for this cover. And this is from a different book, but it has the towers. And I wanted to include that. And I love the colors also. Then I matched a stamp of Queen Elizabeth here. This one's from Australia. And she's wearing this beautiful blue dress that matches perfectly here. And then I also put fabric on the inside of the cover. And here's Queen Elizabeth. Let me see, Jubilee, Platinum Jubilee stamp. And this is a Canadian one. And so, as you can tell, Queen Elizabeth is mostly the subject here, but sometimes just depicted in different illustrations from different books, not necessarily her, but there are a lot of actual Queen Elizabeth memorabilia here as well. So here maybe looks like she's either getting married to her future husband, king. No, right here she's talking to a gnome. I'm not sure. Gnome. This beautiful lace over here on this page. So I have many different pages. Some are, coffee stained papers, and many are from books, like this one. So this one has the tower, so also depicting the tower, not just Her Majesty, and different places where they have maybe the ruins or remnants of medieval castles and so on. And I just love looking at the old architecture, and just the beauty that is from the times past. So this is like just one of them. And then next to it, I also have another tower. This one's probably older, maybe from the 1500s, I'm not sure. There. And on the back, in a beautiful sun. And maybe this is Queen Elizabeth when she was relaxing somewhere. If she had time to relax, I'm not sure. And then, pardon my nails, I was painting. And before this. And this is from the mod book, but this is maybe when she was being christened back in 1898. Well, I don't know, maybe. And then over here, I have some stamps of towers, actual postage stamps, and then little and a little receipt that I coffee stained. Maybe she signed maybe a lot of them. She didn't write them out, but she signed them. And then here also, maybe her baptism. And so these are authentic book cutouts. And here's maybe somewhere inside the castle, a beautiful little spot here as well. And then some laces that she's using or that she has left over from her mother. And just a book page with maybe a party they were having, some kind of soiree or something. Here's a castle. And it's just a plain brown tag, but I did add this, which they might have used, back in the day. They used a lot of this, maybe on their linen or house decorations and so on. Here's some beautiful flowers and from fabric. And then here's the Hampton Court. This is from a coronation booklet that I have a lot of items from. And it gives the different, the Tower of London, London Bridge, and it gives some information about it. White Lodge, and so on. And Kingston. And then Hampton Court, yes, I mentioned that. And over here is also from the coronation book, I guess, when they were having some sort of, party for her, celebration. And she went on a lot of voyages, and it's just a little tiny tag that goes with the travel. And then here I have from a stamp book, Cook's Islands, Queen Elizabeth, over here. Beautiful portrait of her. Of course, she's on many stamps. Many have Queen Elizabeth, and and just some beautifully stained paper and fabric pocket. And over here, this is a card that I bought with photos somewhere once upon a time. And it is a castle, I don't know where, what is it? H1, Penrith Castle. Oh, England. So it is in England. As most castles are, but there are castles all over the world, of course, some famous ones and so on. So anyways, I like the tower over here. I don't know if you can see it. And then over here as well. And then there she is over here, Queen Elizabeth, and this authentic, I think 1950s magazine maybe. And a bit of birds, because she likes birds. And over here, there she's maybe somewhere at some kind a party or maybe some kind of a, professional thing, because she did do a lot of charity work and so on. And then this is maybe a part of a tower. It's something I printed, and you can write on the back, but I like the colors of it. And then over here we have more stamps. These are mint stamps. They're not used, they're not stamped, and the different years. Now one of them says here, the coronation, June 1st, 1953. So I think that's why that coronation booklet is from that, from the 50s as well. And so these are in memory of that. And then here's maybe her husband, journaling card, and more from the coronation. It's beautiful depiction here. And just a little paper to write on this fabric pocket. And over here, the other side of the stamp book page. And over here is just a little ticket, maybe that you need to get on the ferry over here to get to the other side of whatever. And a little bit more of the get-together. And this might be a desk that she used, beautifully carved, vintage of course, or antique, and just some writing. Just because I have so many pages, our book pages, I wanted to make sure that you have some things to also write on. And here on the other side is the other side of the desk, as well as some chairs, some beautiful chairs. This is a 3-seater, looks like what we would call couch now, but beautifully carved also, and also a spot to write on. So you have some pages for writing or adding your own memorabilia. Lace pocket. And this is about London. Beautiful plate from 1800s, obviously, back in the day of the wagons, horse-drawn wagons and so on. And then in the back is a district of London, and the map of some different areas of London. And he had this beautiful plate in the front. Let me see if I can fold it. There we go. So it will have some corners. And over here, a little bit more of some sitting area and the furniture examples. And over here, a bit of a booklet, and underneath you have a couple of tags. And over here, the Sunday letter. This is a scrapbook that I have, also maybe 50s, an old scrapbook. And all these poems that were glued into it, and also many items about the Queen as well. And here's some beads and lace. And there she is, maybe even she was very young, and she's got her beautiful pink dress on here. And a little bit of stenciling on this side here as well. And a little bit more fabric that you can put somewhere else. And this is a pullout here. It is a, I think it's actually German, Rhine River. You can write on the back or just leave it or glue it somewhere else in the book. But it's got this beautiful tower here and over here as well. Just a beautiful scene back in the day. Sometimes in the past. And there she is here as a depiction, old book page. Here, this as well is very old, from I'm not sure what it's called. I have a book where these actually have windows in the book that you can open. Now this is, you can hang it in the front here, as you can see, or you can use it as a bookmark, so that if you are writing in this book, then you can use it as a bookmark as well. For now, I'm just going to keep it over here in the middle. So the second signature also has a tower. I just found this beautiful color as the tiles over here on the roof. Also of another tower in here as well. Towers are very mysterious, dark, maybe dangerous looking. And I do like to explore places like this. And then over here in this pocket, Royal South Hants and Southampton Hospital, also beautifully built, and some writing in the back. I think 05, so 1905. This almost looks like a church, but it's the hospital. Maybe it has a chapel on one side. Just gorgeous. And over here is a little bit more modern day, but it is the Royal Gardens, a part of it, because it's large, of course, a big area, but this is a part of it. And you can write on the back. Here's from a book, and it's got different ads on here, which I like to look at and read to see what they were trying to sell at the time. Business goes on, of course. And a little bit of a portrait over here. Now here's a whole spot that you can write on or glue something on there. That's my own collage. And then more fabric here. And I did leave a couple pockets open that you can put. This is from Maud. But maybe it's when Queen Elizabeth was, walking on the beach. Maybe, I don't know if she did that. If she was able to, I would say that she did. And then a little bit more architecture here. And also a little booklet. A little bit more different fabric to use, and just space to write on, like a stationery on this lace pocket here. And on this side, first I have a strip over here that you can use, and then I have a whole collection of stamps, of Queen Elizabeth stamps. Over here, some older ones, more vintage, and then some newer ones on the bottom here. And over here, towers. So different stamps that, you can decorate throughout the book, or just enjoy them in a collection here, or put them in your own collection if you have one. And then here's the tower, London Bridge, the tower. And it gives you some information there. Beautiful. Sort of a map. Where's what? And then here's the Queen and Women's Work. This is when she goes around and does her charity work or other professional work. And this is from the Girls' Own paper and Women's Magazine. And also I think from 1900s, maybe 1905. Anyways, I do have one book. I was lucky enough to get one book, and it's got a whole variety of things in there. A little bit of lace here. And a couple of things over here. And then this is from, I think, the coronation. And this is some of her family, so some different people. Actually, let's say Winston Churchill. So, and daughter maybe. But just some other people that I found in that book. And then there she is over here, the Queen, and the beautiful wall decorations. Here in the middle of signature 2, I have some antique postcards, Windsor Castle approach. So here you got the tower on this one, and down here as well. Beautiful postcard. And then over here on this one is in US. However, I liked all the people maybe have gathered to greet the Queen. So it is also an antique postcard. I always like to see the writing on it. And so yeah, maybe it was a greyhound racing, some kind of a racing show, but I like seeing it as maybe the Queen has come to pay a visit. And over here, this is the bottom of the other side, and it gives you some names, and also Princess Margaret and so on. And just a couple things here. And over here is a little bit of a bead as well. More lace, lots of laces and so on. And this is from the Doing Women's Work. And there she is. And over here, she's doing something. She was quite confident woman, I think. And she was busy doing a lot of things. This one is just decoration, home decor at the castle, I guess, and the beautiful, beautiful items. I have a string. And the beautiful items that, you know, they had, not everybody has, but they've made their fortune somehow, and they were using it. So beautiful carving there and work. And there she is first, this little custom color, beautiful pink, I think that's magnolia there. And I just wanted to brighten her up a little bit. Here she is, diligent war worker, Queen Elizabeth, Commander-in-Chief. And so this is from that scrapbook that has the poems on it. Dreams of freedom, faith, and honor. So, but I love this picture. She's just, like I said, so confident, and she's going about her work and smiling. So that's authentic. And that's maybe her garden. And here's the palaces and so on. A little bit more about the where's what, I guess. Hampton Court Palace. And here also, Chelsea Hospital, Westminster Abbey, and so on. Over here in this one, I have some lace here that you can use for somewhere. And then I have, here will always be an England, or there, maybe there will always be an England. So something about England, a bit of that poem that I had left over. And then another poem over here. I wrote a poem. It's really just, you can write in this section, and a bit of a writing spot, but it does have a bit of the poem as well. And then some samples here, a little bit of a notebook. Here's a nice tower. A pocket here, and my own digitals, and a portrait, and some of those ads. And then over here, I have a whole page from the coronation celebrations. So, I want to lose my spot here. let's see. So here's a whole page on that day, I guess, and back in 1953. There's a tower in the back here. And I guess they're waiting on the Queen to pass by or just having their celebration. And in the back, you do have your regular type of ads, but also lovely to look at, to take a look, you know, on these ads from eons ago. And another round little tag that I made a few of at that time. And this is from the tower. Now here I have a special portrait of Queen Elizabeth, and this is when she was, I guess, in Canada, the Queen's Canadian Fund, and for air raid victims. So this is something that she gave a helping hand to. It is a portrait. It's not in perfect condition, as you can see. It does have some wrinkles, but to me, it's still just a beautiful portrait. Something worthy to be in a book that's about her in a way, anyways. And so, another memorabilia for someone who maybe collects on Queen Elizabeth. And there's a castle here. This beautiful applique or applique over here. And maybe that's Queen Elizabeth with her husband. And just that illustration. And over here some beads. And this beautiful embroidery. And here a little bit more on the decor around the palace. Of course, very beautiful. And in the back, you can write on it. It's all blank. And in the back, I have also another special thing, which is the, what would you call it? The little souvenir stamp. But it's the official coronation emblem. I forget now the word that you would call something like this. It is shiny, as you can see. I'm trying to get it to catch the sun over here, but there isn't a lot of sun at the moment today. But anyways, so this was from the front cover. And there it is, the date. Oh, this one actually says, it is 1953. He has June something, 1953. Everybody's Weekly. And I did have to fix it a little bit. I didn't have to put some tape on it. But it is beautiful. It's got her crown on here. And in the back, of course, the milk of magnesia. And here, as you can see, that it's like a separate special little mark on there. So because it is so it's so fragile, I put it in this plastic for better keeping, and hopefully it'll stay intact. And this is more from the booklet. But it's about the tower in 1553. Beautiful illustration here. Some roses. Of course, there are roses named after Queen Elizabeth, but I did not have luck finding it. And the chandelier. And look at the ceiling. It's just something else. Lots of wooden beams and so on. Now, I have a bee in here because, you know, Queen Bee. So I put that in there. And a little bit details. And then here also from the coronation booklet. And it gives you all the names of the kings in this one. King Edward, King John, and so on. But just the illustration, just gorgeous. And then there's a crown in the middle. And of course, there's a whole spot to write on as well. And my own digital collage with some lace. And that could have been her. That could have been Queen Elizabeth. And then over here, His Majesty King Edward VIII. And Calais. So the maybe this whole scrapbook is from Calais, which is across the river from me over here. And they were collecting, somebody there was collecting Her Majesty and the royals. And this one I have, it is a little type of postcard or a photograph, and beautiful towers over here that you can see. And yeah, that I'd like to explore. And this is just a little writing spot here. And the London Journal. I love that paper. And here's the Queen Mother and Prince Charles. And maybe they're looking at their, I'm not sure if that's Princess Anne or their, her daughter, the princess, doesn't say quite. But anyways, another royal piece of memorabilia, and just a little bit more over here of papers, and then here a double journal tag with this beautiful fabric, a little bit more of the Stiff Brothers business cards, so to speak, I guess, photography, JT, and so on. Over here, it's actually a pocket on the very top, and there are a few strips that maybe you want to glue somewhere. If not, they can stay safely in here. Maybe this is one of the cottages on the property. And here in the middle of signature 3, we have like what I have left over from... well, it's from Massachusetts, but it does have a tower here. And beautiful, looks like a beautiful ride in a park somewhere, or speedway, it says. Anyways, also a nice spot to ride in as well. So, I wanted to use that as well, even though it's really the end and it doesn't have any photos left on the inside. This is the American Falls. Maybe the Queen, visits places like this. And just a beautiful portrait here. And some maybe family members, some different places. Somewhere in a cottage. And this one is also London maps. And like details of different places in Folkestone, like in London. And just to, take a look at maybe where she lives and so on. And a bit more papers. More of the portrait from the other side. And here's a beautiful one also. With her grandmother, Duke of Edinburgh, and so on. So the royals over here, just a beautiful picture over here. And the London Journal. Now this is Queen Elizabeth, but maybe the first or original, I'm not sure. But it is a painting of her. And it's just gorgeous, beautiful detail, and beautiful dress and jewels that she's wearing. And over here is the tower. Somebody's trying to climb up the tower, and so on. And some different people maybe who come by and take care, maintain the tower. Her Majesty's Tower. And just some things over here. like the lace that you can use somewhere, and a strip there. There she is in her blue. Over here, I don't know, somebody on a bicycle. Bicycle, I guess, built for two, I guess, was popular back in there in the day. And here's more modern bicycle today. And also here, there are a couple of things that you can use also. And in the back, just details. Beautiful burial paper. Charles the First. And more of the Windsor Frogmore castles and so on. And it's just a beautiful piece of paper here, stationery to write on. And over here, Lizzie, let's say that's Elizabeth, looking for her father. Maybe she's somewhere, looks like by the river there, and I did put another piece of paper in the back so that you can write on that, and otherwise it was very soft, so I just put a little bit something more on it, a little bit more of the embroidery on this fabric, and a little bit something about the English. And here in the back I have, well, my logo and some ribbon and a little green heart, if you can see it. And also What is Freedom, so from that poems book. But when you open this, there she is, Queen Elizabeth. And she's walking in front of this crowd of women and inspiring them with her enthusiasm. And I just love, again, her confidence. And she's going on about her business and just, you know, doing what she does. She doesn't seem to have, you know, any kind of problems or hindrances, you know, that she's shy or something, but no, she's very confident, and out she goes. And all the women, of course, are admiring her. So anyways, so this is Her Majesty's Tower journal. It is filled with some of Queen Elizabeth memorabilia and also towers of various kinds. So if you're, you know, looking for a larger book, and there is lots of writing space as well, and many vintage items. So Her Majesty's Tower is in the Etsy shop. If you'd like to take a look, I would appreciate it. Thank you for watching this video. Again, it's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. Have a great day. Bye-bye.